Welcome to the Tea Time Podcast, where it's all about taking a few healthy minutes each day just for you, with your host, Sharissa Bradley.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode for the Tea Time Podcast. My name is Sharissa Bradley, and I am so excited that you are here. We are just getting into the final chapters of the Journey Back to Health series. We only have 4 episodes left, and I am so grateful for you if you've been joining us along this whole time, if you bought the book, if you've been working through it. I just want to continue to encourage you and continue to support you along this journey. It's hard work, and we're now at chapter 16, and we're talking about movement. I first started thinking about the importance of movement way back in 2016 when I read the book, The Miracle Morning. And it talks about taking a few minutes to do a few different things: reading, journaling, a little bit of movement, and just really focusing in on yourself and your self-care and your personal development first thing in the morning. But the part of it that really spoke to me was he mentions in the book, Hal Elrod, The Miracle Morning, he mentions in the book that we really don't need too much movement, but we do need to have some sort of movement every day. And I wrote in my book a little bit of different options that we could do, things like walking and biking and being in nature. But that doesn't really help if your mobility is limited in any way, or if you're dealing with an injury, or you're dealing with pain in the body that's so great that you really can't do these normal physical activities. What I want to recommend here is that the body absolutely needs to have some sort of physical movement on a very regular basis, 3 to 5 times a week. Now, also, if it's possible to get the heart rate elevated, these things just help support the body, help support detoxification, and help support healing. But if we're in an autoimmune body where flares are happening at a regular occurrence, things like heavy HIIT, CrossFit type workouts are going to actually cause way more problems and way more injuries and way more stress on the body than is necessary. So what I want to recommend for this chapter, if you're working through your journey, is to move in ways that feel comfortable and safe for you. If your lifestyle is primarily sedentary and you do have the ability to take action and move the body, then I would highly recommend starting with something like walking, or parking a little further away from the grocery store, or trying to get yourself to walk around the block, or a small, short nature trail that's flat. Things that just help the body move from a more sedentary life to a life that does have a little bit of movement in it. And again, if you're limited in your capacity or you're limited in your mobility in any way, that's going to have to be a way that makes sense for you. But even things like getting a couple of 5-gallon jugs of water and lifting them and moving your body with a little bit of extra household weights that you have laying around, like a gallon or 5-gallon jug, things like this can help to change the process. We need to create brand new habits around movement. And what I found is that we all face different challenges when it comes to what we're actually capable of doing. When I was really struggling with autoimmune disease, even a walk around the block would leave me so exhausted that I would have to recover from that. That's not the type of movement I'm talking about here. I'm talking about something that suits you and feels comfortable and that you can do confidently without feeling in pain later. For a few years, the only thing I was able to do was foam roll, and I got myself a really big, thick, solid foam roller, and I would lay on that every night, and I got to the place where I could move my body and spend more time doing the foam roll and holding myself in place and holding myself up. That built strength that eventually I was able to start doing some YouTube videos and things like that to help myself move. But when I was struggling the most with autoimmune disease and my energy was so low, and people told me you need to exercise more, you need to get out and run or to walk, it actually did so much more damage than it did good for me. So I want to recommend that you start so slow and build yourself up. Maybe it's the foam roller or an evening stretching routine that's so gentle on the body, but it helps to re-elongate the muscles that have been shortened with a sedentary life. And it helps to ease you back into allowing the body to move. Because when we do, the lymphatic draining works better, the system can clean itself better. We're able to sweat and breathe and detoxify more. And movement can be used as a tool to help you in your healing journey. But if you jump in and you're trying to go all in because you want that energy or that high from working out, if you struggle at all with things like adrenal fatigue or thyroid disorders or any type of endocrine system disorder, you might actually find that that hurts more to do that program or that system. And I would highly recommend starting with just stretching and moving your body, and maybe even using a foam roller for lymphatic drainage until you can build up the strength to hold your body. Learning to move properly is a slow process, because if we jump in, healing from the injury can set us back even further. And if we just go incrementally, dip your toe in the water, maybe swimming, maybe walking, maybe just taking the stairs instead of the elevator, start gently and allow your body to start to feel what it feels like to move and to stretch and to be elongated. And as you start to build up that process, you will be able to add more movements. Of course, if you're mobily accessible and you're able to do that. And if not, then definitely I would recommend doing whatever it is that you can to help the body to allow it to detox through these systems. Movement is challenging because we know that it feels good when we can get it right, but it can also really set us back if we do too much at the wrong time. So I just want to encourage you in this chapter, as you're reading through and you're learning all the different ways that your body can move safely, then I want to just encourage you to keep going and to keep allowing that body to heal. This is just one of those areas that we can work on when it makes sense for you to be able to do that. I hope this helps. I hope I've encouraged you to find a movement that feels right for you. And also, if you haven't yet read The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod, it really did change my perspective on what is actually necessary to get the body going every single day. I hope this helps, and I'll see you for another episode next week. Bye.
Thank you for spending your tea time with us. Be sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode.